All things in time. Yep, all things in time. All right, everyone. Well, as you can see, there's some of the custom emotes for the Tuesday game up on screen. There are a couple more, too. And I'm hoping to get another wave of them completed here before too much longer. As well as, if you want to see something interesting, well, here, let me go live. Oh, hi, there I am. If you want to see an interesting project being worked on right now for the Tuesday game, I'm going to give a shout out to Macabre Derek, who is actually working on an art piece for the Tuesday game, which may be relevant to the things that are happening right now, or in the future. We shall see. Let's get some background music a-playing. There we go. Oh, isn't this a beautiful picture? It's a sunset on the beach. You know, the gang's all here. And by the way, I do want to point out that ever since this piece has been... oh no, still no nap.
Still no nap.
Well, I hope that I will keep your attention and to stay engaged, and we'll have some fun. And if you are super duper bleary, I'll see to it that we don't go too much over time tonight. That way you can get a good night's sleep, Fluffy. Derek is awesome, and if you want to see what is going on with the Tuesday game right now, if you pop over to his channel, you'll get a sneak peek. But yeah, here we have the different players here. Let's see, we have Selter, the Black Dragonborn. Although lop off the board, she's a Black Dragon. We have Noralai. We have Celine, although this is her Skelline form. Then we have our sad blue boy, Mordecai. After that, we have Casimir, Cypher, Bright, and then Jaden, who is an amalgamation of Jacob and Jade. And there's some fun other alternatives to the cast as well. You know, for you to enjoy and discover. But we have all these emotes, and there's more. Of course, it is Tuesday, my dudes, and so we have we even have a custom emote for Tuesday. So we have Lethality here, ready to go. Fluffy Sheep is here, if not Bleary. Dark Wolf is here as well, and we're gonna get going here shortly. I will pop into the super duper secret chat room. Oh, there's Lethality right there. I will pop into the super duper secret chat room here very soon, and say hi. But you know what? It is the beginning of a new week, and so we're gonna role play tonight. Then Wednesday through Saturday, I'm gonna be painting more minis, because I have a lot of minis I gotta get done for you all. Yes, everyone say hello to Professor now Cypher to his friends. Reptile Room, let's be proper. He is Professor Cypherius. Of course, then I say that and I don't have Professor here on his name up at the top. So I guess we'll meet in the middle. You don't tell him and I won't tell him. We are in session 107, entitled LAZE. And I do want to ensure you all, if you're new here, you do not need to have watched 106 sessions of Dungeons and or Dragons in order to... You know, Dark Wolf? I don't know. Unless it's like Cypher Cypherius. You know, kind of like we have Mario. He might be Cypher Cypherius. Yeah. There we go, we're being coy. See, this is the super secret that not even the other players know, and how will that fall into things? But yes, you do not need to have watched 106 sessions. Honestly, it's even more than that, because there have been times when we've had to break a session in two, or especially during Halloween, we've run multi-part adventures where each of the characters got their own little spotlight one-shot that would take them into the realm of personal dread or horror for their character. Is it Cyber Cypherius? Yeah, I would urge you all to look up the past Halloween one-shots because they are mature. I did put the mature tag on for intensity or gore. Nothing that got too in the realm of sexuality, but they are mature. Hey, Thantos, thank you very much for the re-up. 13 months. We're now on the march to 24. Thank you very much, Thantos. I appreciate it. And if any of you are wondering, well, where can I watch the past sessions? You can watch the past sessions in... 1 second. Tuesday campaign under news and content on the Discord. Now, the last time I uploaded a video, it's been a little bit. It's kind of interesting going back. This is session 82 that I uploaded, because you know what? There's a lot that happened. There was a lot that happened over the past year, 2020. And so while I still record the sessions, I have them. I just haven't uploaded them to YouTube. But they are there, and you can watch through them. Yeah, it looks like May. Looks like May would have been the last upload there. You all were preparing to go into the tower and putting some clues together. It was session 83, route. Should that be the project after? Yeah, I have a lot that I want to upload, starting with the past episodes, Dark Wolf. They're going to need to be uploaded. They're going to need to be tagged. They're going to need to be just put out there and ready to go.
Many fall in the face of chaos, but not this one. Not today.
Not this one. Not today. Reptile Room, thank you very much for the host. Miller, no book of erotic fantasy. I mean, it touches on... there are some sensuous themes that are implied, I think, in a couple of them, or especially themes of intimacy. But there's nothing where I am explaining why the knee pads of Allure in the Munchkin game actually can serve a different charismatic purpose for convincing people for thises or that's. And I hear a cat. Is this true? Will you manifest yourself? Hi! You want to come up and say hi to everyone? And not be a butt? Come on. No? The one time you want to stay on the floor? Oh, well. Come on. No, come over here. Come on. Nah, he's being coy. Alright. No cat right now. Tis what it tis. So we should have a fluffy sheep and a coffee cat, hopefully. And then we can have a little bit of table talk and we can delve into it. Yep, I hope coffee's alright. If for some reason, I don't know if coffee's out of it or whatever, we can still proceed with 3, at least on the outset. And reconfiguring into recon mode. Okay. But yeah, we should be able to do... Oh, you know what, though? This would be interesting if Mordecai is not being actively piloted. I don't know. We'll find out. Coffee will be here or will not be here. We have a Schrodinger's coffee cat, I suppose. But such is the life of the dungeons and or the dragons. Alright, I'm going to drop down into the super secret chat room. Oh, hello. Oh, test.
Hey.
Hey, there we go. Alright.
Yes, what is Mr. Coffee? Could be that he crashed hard.
Yeah, that might be.
Like,
It's that. It's either a hard crash or frantic costuming, makeup and or wig problems. Since Coffee very much gets into Mordecai. But right now,
all he requires is a skin suit, and then he's actually getting into Mordecai.
yeah. Oh, yeah. If Coffee got one of those, what are those bodysuits called? Like monochromatic Zentais, something like that. Zen suits.
Yeah. Morph suits. Yeah.
Morph suits. Yeah. So just get a blue one and. All right, Simba, lurk away. Lurk away, Simba. There are various +1s floating for you all, and that might be a bridge to cross if we come over to it.
There's one for me, and there's one for Lorelei, and there's one for you.
Yes. I have. Ooh, actually, from last week, I am floating 2. Mwahaha.
Oh boy!
So I have 3 because Thantos just gave me 1.
Oh boy!
Norlai's floating 3.
Haha.
Bright has 1. And Mordecai has 1. No, Bright has 2. Mordecai has 1. And Miller just gave me another one, so I have 4. I'm gonna have to put these to use.
Guys, stop giving them to him. He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need help.
But this is totally getting you all more experience points because of the difficult encounters.
Yeah, but we don't use experience points.
Ah, you caught me.
We use milestones.
Simba's giving 1 to Bright to sleep. Well, you know what? As a gnome, she is resistant to magical sleep, but not immune like elves.
No, I don't have immunity to that. I have magic resistance, not sleep resistance.
Well, but magical sleep, I suppose, would be the crossover.
Oh, I suppose that's true. But I didn't get my nap today, so I have sleep vulnerability.
Oh. Oh no, the wizard didn't get a long rest.
I got my long rest, I just didn't get my short rest.
Oh. That top off, yeah. Hey, there we go. Well, for now, I'm going to say that the gang's all here. And we are going to go to... We are going to Lake Right-Eye, which is where we had left off with some things happening. A drug deal that turned into some info. A shopping trip that turned into a tragedy? Not for you all, but for the person you're inquiring after. And of course, you were able to arrange a private boat ride down the river all the way to Old Port. So that was the current events. Of course, there was you all had a lot of conversation about are we going to do something about this stuff that we got? And also, the captain's quarters is apparently where this thiefling is hanging out and enjoying a meal. And then, of course, the boat is still getting ready, and the captain's assistant was there just, getting things ready. Humming a simple tune, and was a very deep-voiced fellow. Here we are. The military's not after you, especially not after what the professor ended up pulling rank he doesn't have. But
You're welcome.
But hey, you know what? They don't need to know that.
Well, I mean, look. Given their culture, the fact that I'm as powerful as I am, and the kind of power I have, I could go in there, ask for an NCO position, and they would most likely give it to me. So, and I mean, if not, I could just collapse their entire base into a space-time rift. No biggie.
So with this, we can try and fill in for Mordecai, though Mordecai did seem to be eager to hit the watery road. What would you all like to do? You have a location of the Thiefling. You have a boat waiting for you if you just wanted to go and jam out there. You could continue to go shopping or possibly be solicited by other nefarious individuals.
I said, I do want to go after
Yeah.
this thief.
Okay.
because we have one bottle, so that's our plan B. If we can't do this in enough time such that we can also catch the boat, we could just go to the Shadowha ship and be like, "Hey, we found this."
Okay.
Yeah, I think if we catch the thief but miss the boat, that's probably not the end of the world. But would he really leave without us? I mean, we're his only paying customers.
I mean,
He might if
I
he's
don't
money
really
grubbing.
think we should be going after the thief.
He might if he's money grubbing. But the plan A is we catch the thief, we catch out their entire operation, we hand them over to the Shadowha. Reputations abound, right?
Yeah. So how long do we have before the ship leaves?
It was going to be. It was going to be towards the end of the day. Now, of course, this is fall, so that's getting shorter and shorter here for you. Though all this was taking place in the afternoon, I'd say, I'd say you have about 2 hours, and then you should really be on your aboard. And if the captain's not already there, waiting for the captain to arrive to set sail.
2 hours. Well, we know where the thief is, so
Yeah, 2 hours isn't a lot of time though to catch them and turn them in and all that.
oh, don't worry, I have a plan about that. But I have two layers, right?
Stay on the ship.
And either way, we're gonna make sure that we get some kind of boost out of this, but we don't miss the boat.
Yeah. Let's not miss the boat.
Yeah. So we either manage to catch the thief in the 2 hours and hand over their entire operation to the Shadowha to deal with, and we get on the boat. If we can't do that in the 2 hours, we simply hand what we've got in and get on the boat.
Okay. So, I would think I would like to talk to the Gilligan.
Okay.
That's the gnomish term for the first mate.
All right.
Yeah.
And ask him if maybe there's some flexibility in the departure time.
Sure. You go back to the boat, and he's still there.
I mean, we're still on the boat, right? We didn't leave it.
We haven't actually left yet.
Yeah.
We were on our way to leave to go to the captain's quarters, but we haven't actually left yet.
Yeah.
Well, unless the captain says otherwise, we're going to leave on time, and he's usually on time.
Okay. But we're your main passengers, right? So, I mean, wouldn't it be nice if you could maybe get us maybe an extra hour, just if we need it? We might not need it. I don't know yet.
Oh, I don't know. Usually in the past when this has happened, he just will take the empty boat without the passengers and go fill it up with cargo a little bit down the river and port it down.
Okay. But we don't want him to do that.
Oh, then you should probably be here on time.
So...
Stay on the boat. We don't have to catch the thief.
Yeah, that's true. So...
What would you want to
here's
do?
the
Go
thing.
and catch a thief for?
I know, right? Who does that?
Wait, you're not police, are you? You'd have to tell me if you was.
No,
No.
we're not police.
Don't like police at all.
We're not police, and Cypher's looking at Norrelay like, be quiet. It's like, no, it's like, no. Look, 2 hours is gonna be enough. Here's what we do. We either do it in the time limit, or if we can't, we hand in what we've got. Either way, it's a win for us. We're sailing on this boat. And I mean, if you guys don't want to come with me, I will be more than happy to go myself.
Okay, so how far is it to the captain's quarters? How much travel time are we gonna burn?
I mean, it might be a 20-minute walk, but you also don't necessarily have to walk, depending on the powers you want to use.
Yeah. Norlai, do you have any horses?
I always have horses. What do you mean?
She has pocket horses.
Maybe we could use some horses and get there quicker. and then we won't lose so much time.
I mean, I still think we should just stay on the boat.
Norlai, no.
I mean, why not? I mean, why risk not getting on the boat?
Because this essence poses a major danger if it's in the wrong hands. The last thing we need is setting this up only to get ambushed by some ne'er-do-well.
I mean, I don't see how it's our concern.
Of course you don't, but that's fine. It's not your job to see the larger concerns here. That's my job. Your job is to blow shit up with lightning.
Well, that isn't a very nice thing to say. But, I mean, if Norlai doesn't want to come, she doesn't have to come. But we'd still appreciate it if you'd loan us some horses.
Well, I mean, neither is stuff the police, and yet we're in a realm of not very nice things.
I just said I don't trust police.
No, you said pretty clearly that you do not like them.
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't trust them. I don't like them. And I didn't say anything more.
But when we get back to the boat, I'm going to have to teach you the political intricacies of the word lynching.
I don't know what that means, and I really don't care.
I think you should. Truly, I think you should. Look, if need be, I will fly myself to the captain's quarters.
You can do that.
Can you take me with you? If Norlai's not coming.
Yes, I'm sure I can do that.
Okay, how long will it take?
Let me just check the way upon which I do the flying. Actually, question.
Normally I would complain about this background noise, but it's perfect for
It kind of fits in the dock. Ah, heave ho, heave ho.
Sorry about that. But question, as a note, how far away do you reckon we'd be in feet? Like 20-minute walk. Overland is what?
I mean, that's a mile or two.
Yeah, but like when I say 20, that's actually taking into account like you're turning in blocks and you're having to navigate through people and it's a brisk walk. You're not running. So 20 minutes simply because you're taking some turns and you're going through if you're flying, you could probably just get there in like I don't know, a couple minutes.
Well, I mean, I can't fly us. I can't fly us, but I can do something better.
Oh, good. What?
Do you think?
Are you sure you don't want the horses? I can also do owls.
Would 10 60-foot teleports as the crow flies get us there?
It would. It's not going to put you there, but it'll get you a lot closer because you're able to sort of like Hulk jump rooftop to rooftop just without the the damage to the buildings.
I can Hulk tiptoe.
Okay. Because I'm basically thinking I'm gonna cast Fast Step, grab you, and we're gonna go for a little
Sure, that'd be fine.
warp journey. So yeah,
Unless
I'm gonna do
Norlai
that.
wants to come and bring her owls.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, I can just send the owls with you.
He's like,
Okay.
I mean, are you sure you don't? I mean, are you sure you don't want to come? We're probably gonna beat up some guy.
You know, I don't like just randomly beating up people.
To be fair, this is the same guy that sold Mordecai Luciferus.
Well, you know, he made a stupid decision.
Well, to be fair, he wasn't going to take the Luciferus. Had Shadowhari
He
riding on
did.
him. No, he didn't
He
take any of
bought
the
it.
Luciferus. He didn't take any
He
of the
bought
Luciferus.
it though.
No, he didn't take any.
He did.
He
He
did
didn't
buy
take
it.
any Luciferus. He did buy it
He bought it though.
because of the Shadowhar label. And
You know,
turns out it's not
he
even
knew what it
Luciferus.
was, so well, whatever he thought he was buying Luciferus, and that's the problem.
Norelai, you are a very confusing girl.
I just know where I stand on things.
If you could sum up the owls, then or the horses, either or.
Owls would be better because it's kind of a crowded, congested city.
They'll disappear in an hour, so you know when you're running out of time.
Okay. Well, we only need them for a one-way trip. We'll probably teleport back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on. I rolled in
Oh.
86.
Oh,
Oh. Oh.
let me just
Oh,
crack
yeah.
open the player's handbook.
Yeah.
Hey, I have this
forgot
page
about that.
saved for some reason. All right, 86.
Oh.
You cast mirror image.
There are so many owls. I think some of them are real.
Yeah, so
Self?
there are how many owls then? 8? Do you summon 4?
Let me double check there. Hold on, I have the page. Giant owls are. They are 1/4.
Oh, so you summoned 8 of them.
So there are 16
There are
owls.
16 giant owls that now just explode out of the dock area.
More than
Wouldn't
that.
it be 32? You get
Yeah.
4 mirror images.
Actually,
Oh
wait,
shoot! Yeah, I'm sorry. That's not
Wait,
just
8.
a.
Yeah, 8 times 4. Yeah, no, 32 owls.
Two
I
owls explode out of the
I will say you were 1 away from casting fly on someone. You would have got a free cast of fly.
On someone random.
So yeah, there are 32 giant owls that just manifest on this ship and are just bouncing around, hooting,
and
maybe
three-
hollering.
And 3/4 of them are illusory.
Yeah, but I mean, who's gonna know?
Nobody, that's the whole point. So
Yep.
here's the fun part. If one of the owls picks you up, you'll get mirror image too.
So yeah.
So
This is
Zachary
causing
did
a bit of a scene in the docks. There's people like
Oh,
guards, guards. You know, tweet. You hear the distant tweet, tweet of whistles, as apparently I guess there's a procedure for wildlife that is rampant on the docks because you know that happens time and again.
Okay. Well, I guess we should be going.
Yep, I'm gonna reach around for one that's
Bye,
not
bye.
illusory, jump upon it, and therefore its 3 other mirror images, and fly up into the air.
See, this is the sort of thing that happens when you wouldn't give us extra time. I'm just saying. Okay, let's go.
All right,
Or I
and
suppose that's right then.
there's
I'm gonna stand with
all kinds of flaps filling the air, and as the owls are exploding off of the scene, and flying over the dock district of Lake Right Eye, there's going to be some incoming fire. Some are going to be from official guards who are seeing these owls and you're hearing the holler. And some are probably just going to be people who are jerks. And they're like, haha, I'm going to bag one of these things. So let's get, let's see.
You gotta see if you can hit us first.
Yep. Professor, I'm going to see if this one is going to hit your owl.
Sure.
Oh, it was almost a 20. So instead, it's just a 10. Does
Nope.
a 10 hit the owl?
Their armor class is 12.
Oh, all right. Norlai? No.
I'm on the boat.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
didn't go
flying.
with them.
I'm
Oh,
on the boat.
all right. I mean,
That's bright.
so
I'm
that was
watching the
bright.
chaos.
Okay. So yeah, bright. Bing, it just goes wide. Next is going to be an incoming crossbow bolt from a patrolman instead of just a random person like throwing a rock or a makeshift spear or something. And so this is going to be at Professor. Almost a 20 again. All right. Well, an 18
Roll
will
a
hit your
D20.
owl, but will
Roll,
it?
roll a d20.
Yeah, that doesn't hit it.
No, it's an image.
So the image is sort of like into feathers that themselves sort of like fall into dust and disappear. And there's a triumphant like got one from down below. And then Bright is gonna get a guard shooting at her owl. There we go. Now is it really her owl?
And mirror image check.
Nope,
It is.
you got the wrong owl.
I got one too. You're hearing shouts. Apparently not. They're not realizing that they're not falling like you're going duck hunting or something. But instead they're making these giant owls just simply disappear.
giving the
And that's
guards
giving them
something to do.
satisfaction. It's giving them something to do.
Actually, you know what? The guards can't complain at us. This is live crossbow training. It means there'll be a better shot in the future.
Oh, do you all want more? I mean, Mordecai is kind of like just a gelatinous slime following you around. Do you want him to stay on the ship, or do you want him to actually go with you to the?
It's probably better if Mordecai stays on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like we wouldn't be able to use him, but since he's... I mean, here's the thing. The Lucifer's dealer might recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So that could ruin our surprise. I mean,
Norlai and
obviously
Mordecai
we
are
could fix that, but...
staying aboard. All right, so you do that, and then there's going to be one last round of pew-pews at you all as you're maneuvering over the city, making your way to the area that the captain's quarters is in, and they have a bead on you, if only a little bit more. So we'll see. Ooh, an 8 misses. The professor. So, pew! And one last one against Bright. Wow, all right. Pew! They need the crossbow, the crossbow training, apparently, as this is pretty bad. I mean, it's not like you're like 300 feet up in the sky or anything either, so. Okay, but yeah, there's lots of shouts, like, there's kids in the streets going, Mama, Dada, look at the big owls, ooh, ah. Another like a duck for cover, oh my. And you also get people just gawking and going, whoa, that's pretty cool. Or, whatever the slang is for the city. Maybe they're in their gnarly phase.
Well, dude, that's totally radical.
Yeah, it's, oh man, it's tubular.
Oh, I hate myself for saying that.
So yeah, you where do you want to land your birds? You're able to escape the stormtrooper style aim of the townsfolk and even the paid trained guards.
Well, I mean, we want to go close, but not close enough to make a scene. So maybe we could land, one or two buildings away.
Sure. Okay. I mean, a scene's kind of been created because there's people on the street are just gawking at the owls passing over and.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to create another scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A further scene. A scene on the scene. Sceneception.
Sure. The owls land, and you hop off.
Well, I'm sure we'll both recognize the person. So let's just go after them. Do we need to disguise? Did they recognize you?
They might. Better to just to be safe. Let me see if I've got something first, just before you decide to.
I don't have disguise self ready, so it's gonna have to be a seeming. So
Yeah,
however you want to look, you can look.
nothing that'll stick on me. So, yeah, seeming will have to be it.
Yeah. I'm all out of first level spells. We'll have to dump a fifth or whatever.
I'll have
Yeah,
to.
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I'll have to pick up Master Myriad Forms or Master Many Faces as my next indication.
Okay, so what do we want to look like?
Well, I mean, you could go as a halfling,
Yeah, I figured.
and I could go as an elf.
Sure. Okay, we can do that. So Cypher looks exactly like Casimir used to.
How convenient. I think I have that token around here.
Does that include the just straight up impeccable glutes?
Yes.
Perfect.
But it's pre-mutations. So that's not as fun, but probably more useful.
Pre-mutant.
So you're not 7 foot tall, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
No
you'd have like
horns or
4 butt
wings.
cheeks and not just the 2. So it's.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, I've kind of spoiled Wickerbottom because people are looking for her now here
Yeah.
too. Everywhere I go, people end up looking for me. So we'll create a slightly different style, but it's still going to be a halfling woman because that's the easiest for me to do.
Okay.
But this one isn't going to be all matronly. This is going to be more of a middle class merchant looking. So nicely dressed, in maybe in yesterday's fashion, but nice, and in a relatively kind of a nondescript kind of a way. The usual brown hair and brown eyes and nothing too ostentatious. Just nice enough, but maybe a little outdated.
Just excruciatingly average.
Yeah,
Time
yeah,
to,
exactly.
Practice my Sandelf accent.
Yeah, and hopefully nobody's gonna ask me to speak to them in. Well, wait, do halflings even have a language? I think they just speak common, don't they?
They have their own
I don't know.
halfling language, yeah.
They have a
Do they?
halfling language.
Yeah.
Do
It's
they?
like
Yeah.
it's like hobbits.
Well, hopefully nobody's gonna ask me to speak it.
Okay. Are you changing just you two, or are you like zapping anyone else? Because it says any number of creatures that you can see, and there are people who are watching you slide off of this owl. And
You could change the owls.
I was actually just thinking that I was gonna change the owls so they look like horses.
That'd be
Okay.
perfect.
yeah, I mean they're about the same size anyway. Sure.
Oh, wait.
Is
Everybody's
this
like, I saw these giant owls, but they turned into horses, and people will be like, those are just horses. You're drunk. Go home.
what in the port district of are they technically creatures, Noralai? Do you summon creatures, or are these just illusions
Yes.
that can manifest?
No,
Like,
I think they're real creatures.
okay.
Conjure animals as real creatures.
Treat spirits that take the form of beasts and appear on all spaces.
Yeah, I mean, they're still.
Okay.
It says the summoned creatures
Yeah,
are friendly to
Yeah,
you.
the initiative for the summon creatures as a group.
that sure, that overlaps. Okay, so yeah, you do this. Like there's some people watching as you kind of quickly. Probably no one's gotten a good look at who you were writing in, but as you sort of like your form ripples and shimmers into something else as you're moving in. And like
And
as you're
also,
doing
if there's
this,
like a
oh, go ahead.
if there are like any like flies or anything buzzing around, I'm gonna turn them into blimps.
Yeah, well, it's kind of cold. Yeah, there's probably like a couple fat horseflies kind of just lingering.
Okay.
And
Well,
tables.
now they're blimps.
Hey, that works because you can turn a fly into a 1 foot taller fly that
Yeah,
also looks like
yeah,
a blimp.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Sure. So you arrive and horses or owls turn into horses, flies turn into blimps. You two turn into different people as you dash inside the restaurant. As you do this, there's like a kid just like eating a corn dog, and just sort of the corn dog just falls out of his hands as he's watching this happen. And you just you skitter past. It's okay. He'll
It's
probably
even
just pick
better
it up
when-
and eat it again.
Yeah, nobody ever believes kids, so that'll work. That'll work fine.
So you two rush inside, and are you saying anything when you're running into the captain's quarters? Now, mind you, remember the lower level is the crew. Not necessarily that it's poor or rowdy, but it's not the fine, like it's not the frequent flyer ultra lounge you get at the airport. It's the whatever. It's the one that any old person can go up to.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that we're running in. I mean, we're gonna look nonchalant, right? So.
Yes, we're gonna play this off nonchalant.
Okay, so you're walking in through the front doors, just like, oh, greetings, fellow
we're
average day havers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like regular. I mean, that's why we're in traveler's garb, right? I mean, I've dressed up like a merchant, and Cypher's dressed up like an elf, so we'll look like, we look like travelers.
Merchant and her bodyguard.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Perfect.
I like it. All right then. So you're going to, interestingly enough, the interior looks pretty much like the tumbled wench. There's probably going to be a lawsuit in the works, but for purposes of our storytelling, this is kind of the scene.
Someone's kneecaps are getting taken out with a warhammer behind the tumbled wench.
So
It's
yeah,
okay.
you go in, and there's the crowd in here doesn't seem to have been riled up too much. Like there's someone over at a window looking outside at the scene, but the head doesn't turn as you two walk in, so maybe this person didn't see you dismount.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's all sorts of people, including some Shadowheart soldiers here. But then there are some steps up that would take you there. There is someone though who does look official, not like a town guard or military, but like a bouncer style person who is over here by the steps, and is just there and looking out over the crowd.
Well, I mean, I think we both recognize the person, so let's look around. Are they here? Is there like a host that we need to check in with?
Probably at the bar.
Well,
we want to follow normal procedures.
Your scrying showed that this tiefling was in the upper tier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They're upstairs.
they're
So we're
upstairs.
gonna get upstairs.
So that person is, if you're gonna look, would be to look upstairs.
All right. So now, what did you say about getting up there? Like it's like the higher class of lounge? Is that kind of what you said?
Yeah. There's perhaps someone checking credentials or something who seems to work on behalf of the captain's quarters. You're seeing the same image that's on the plank outside that's embroidered onto a vest. and is right here by the steps going up.
Okay. Well, Professor, do you have any ideas? I mean, I can do lots of things, but a lot of them are noisy. Do you have a plan? Maybe you can talk your way past him?
Thinking about it.
We could always try to just like, I mean, I'm not sure what he's looking for, but I could always spy on him, like without him knowing, probably.
Oh, he'd be looking for captainship, probably.
Yeah, but we look nice enough.
I'm going to very quickly just take a look at what's being presented to him for people going up there. If there's someone walking up to him.
And I'm gonna take a really close look
Okay.
with my arcane eye. So I'll just conjure that up right next to him so that I can get a really good look at whatever he's doing.
Cypher, did you say you are approaching yourself?
No. I'm looking to see when someone else approaches what they're presenting him in terms of credentials.
Oh, got you. All right. Well,
And I'm using my arcane eye to get a look up close. Like I can just like put it right there because it's invisible.
Sure.
And it can just like look right over his shoulder or whatever.
Okay. Oh yeah, you don't have to. That's just a live feed to your brain. You don't have to sort of roll your eyes back and be stationary or anything.
Yeah, it's not familiar vision. It's just a
okay.
Picture in picture.
Just literally picture in picture. That's actually good. I love
that. It is okay. So no one right now is approaching this person. That doesn't mean that you still can't be on the lookout.
Okay.
If you want to get a table or you want to walk around, there's a band playing some music. Lots of food and drink. Again, it's a mixed bag as there's people. Some of them, they may not have whatever credentials are needed to go upstairs. They're dressed nicely. There's a lot of people who have probably just gotten off of a long trip on a boat and look and smell the part. Everyone is generally peaceable, and there's all kinds of maybe phrases or terms that would have really turned your head early, like before you went to hell. But they're you're just hearing all these words: Shadowhar, strange things happening, wild weather. People are telling about the extra notches that they have on their bunk post. There's all kinds of things that are being shared here. But for the time being, there is not someone who is approaching the credential checker.
Okay. Well, as long as that's not happening, I'm gonna float the arcane eye upstairs, and look for the thief within.
Sure.
And meanwhile, the professor and I can get a table or sit and enjoy the band or something. Something that's not gonna be suspicious when we go upstairs later. We're just here to spend a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Okay. Cypher, then, as you're. Bright can pay attention, but I guess you're the one who's the designated driver here, since she's at least partially distracted driving. What are you just want to order some drinks, or what are you wanting to do? I'll say that there's an open table that you two. It's just a 2-person. It's a small one.
Yeah, I'll take a table. Is it nearby the Shadowhar soldiers that are in here? Because I'm guessing they're sitting together.
Yeah, they're sort of like you see in the high school cafeteria. They're all kind of grouped up in one bunch together.
That's the jock table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it is. There's a 2-person table. Maybe some of the locals are a little wary of sitting next to them, but there is this little 2-person table, like just right adjacent to the Shadowhari group.
When I look over them, what do I see? Is it just 6 grunts enjoying
It's not just 6. It looks like there's a dozen. There's a dozen of them.
A dozen?
They are dressed in their military uniforms, but judging from their insignias, they are not. They are not men and women of rank.
They're all just foot soldiers. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll just mumble under my breath. It's a good thing I brought my fireball today.
so,
But I'm not
kinda,
planning to use it unless we have to.
so Cypher gets kind of looks at you, like, yes, I would hope so. But no, just keeping an eye on. If Bright keeps an eye on upstairs, I'll keep an eye on the credential checker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Just,
I floated.
just to wait until someone approaches.
Yeah, I floated my eye up to look for the thief, just to see if they're up there.
All right. Yeah, you float the eye up there. It is invisible. All right.
Yeah, it's different from scrying. This one I can move, but
Yeah.
I can only create it locally, so it's just a different style of thing.
And you get a third level spell slot back because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
make
second, cause
Yeah.
a
'Cause I don't
perception
use it
while
for
you're
good.
doing this.
okay. Perception. Oh, come on!
Ah, the red numbers. It's right. I mean, there's stuff you're obviously gonna see. It's just the things that you're not obviously gonna see. All right. So, the professor's kind of vibing, setting the mood, giving some cover for Bright, who's is peering through this arcane eye in her mind. Meanwhile, outside this
Perceptions.
place, there's a little kid who just is blabbering to the guards like, and then the owls came and they turned into horses, and the guards are like, what kid? It's a horse. And the horse is like, who? And and then the kid and the guard do a double take. But meanwhile, again, back inside. All right, you do see, Bright, that there is our chartreuse tiefling, who is lounging in a very proud or relaxed manner, like boots up on the table, laid back. There is a stein, like a very traditional, like a glass bottom stein, that is on the table, but you see that the tiefling's tail kind of comes around, and wraps around it, and is bringing it to the tiefling's mouth. There's other people up here too, but no one seems to be particularly riled, or there's no fight, no swords are drawn, anything along those lines. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I'll tell the professor what I see.
Well, if we don't see someone go past the credential checker in the next couple of minutes, we're going to sneak up there.
Yeah, I mean, I have lots of choices. I mean, we could just sneak, or we could teleport up there. Between the two of us, I imagine we have plenty of teleports, so we can get up there. It's just a question of how, because I don't have my invisibility handy right now. So, I mean, unless I use etherealness, but that's kind of heavy-duty invisibility.
Yeah, no need to go that far. We'll try and.
But maybe, you know what I'm gonna do while we're still down here. And so the first thing I want to do is look around with the arcane eye and see if there's any other stairwells that might lead. Actually, I'll use both the arcane and my regular eyes to look around and
mundane vision.
yeah, I'll just use my regular old eyes, the Mark 1 eyeball, to look for other exits from the upstairs.
Okay.
Besides just the main stairwell.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a. I mean, with your regular eyes, they are what they are. This will be more of an investigation, because things like this, I don't know if necessarily, like, universal green or red exit signs have been invented, but just where would it be? Like, just your knowledge of buildings. You've been in a building or two in your life.
Yeah, I have actually been in the building or two. Okay. Investigation
Yeah.
is
Hey, there we go.
20.
20.
That's better than a crit fail.
You don't see another one going up here, uh, but for something like this, where there has been some exclusivity, you can harken back to your days in your wizard school, where I mean, food could be conjured, but there might be either a dumbwaiter or just like a service stairwell for staff to go visit the captains, like from the kitchen or from the back of house. So there's most likely another way to get up and down there. It's just not open. Especially because if they have a
Okay.
credential checker here, well, any employee would be an employee and wouldn't necessarily need to produce something, and they could just use the authorized stairwell. Now, with your arcane eye, you can roll another perception, or if you want, instead, I mean, there's things you're going to obviously see, so this is a matter of kind of degrees. If you don't want to roll perception, you could roll insight for something else. But it's your
Like
choice.
what kind of insight? Like, what am I looking for?
This would be like you're seeing behavior, but this would be like noticing and thinking about the behavior, not necessarily paying attention through observation to the things
Okay.
around you.
Yeah, I'll crit fail the insight. 9. Okay.
Oh,
Well, it's
close.
not quite a crit fail,
Off by
but
3.
it's not very good.
Okay. You as your eyes scanning around, it does seem to confirm what your regular eyeballs didn't tell you. Instead, your brain had to interpret it. This is a multifunctional. This is a good thing you're a gnome here. As there does appear to be another stairwell that is coming up, because it looks like there is a member of the wait staff here of the captain's quarters who is actually going through a door and slowly, like boop boop boop. So unless they're sinking through the floor, there's a stairwell through that area. There's the demeanor of everyone who's up there, in your opinion, is calm. There's nothing that is appearing to be unsettling or unnerving to anyone that's up there.
Okay. So I'll tell the professor that I found another stairwell that's intended for the wait staff that maybe we could use if we had to.
That might be the better course of action here. Doesn't look like anyone else is going to go through the official channels right now.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
quite
so-
frankly, getting up there is more important.
Yeah. So I can't change the seeming without casting it again, and I don't really want to use another spell slot that's that high of a level right now. So, I do want to cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Just because I do.
Probably a good idea, all things considered.
And yeah, so I don't know how you want to try and get up there. We could either we could dispose of the guard somehow, or we could just take the back entrance. It might go into the kitchen or something, so we might need to be invisible, or we could just teleport up there. Maybe there's a bathroom or something up there we could teleport into.
Yes, check for a quiet place we could teleport into.
Yeah, I'm gonna send my arcane eye to look around up there and see if it can find a bathroom or other disused area that we could safely teleport into.
Sure.
I love these 1 hour long spells.
Okay.
Coffee's
Yeah,
coming.
you are. Yeah. Yeah. You start moving the eye around, and yeah, there is a private area with indoor plumbing for the captains. Yeah, you might be able to use that. It's currently occupied. as there's someone in there who is having some digestive issues.
Okay. Well, I avert my arcane eye.
It's only the
You use
polite
a
thing to
mage
do.
hand to kind of, cover the arcane eye, and
I'll wait for them to. I'll just politely wait outside the door for them to come out.
Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. I knew what clams do to my. Oh!
Luckily,
I
the
shouldn't have
arcane eye
had the
does not produce.
seaweed. Oh.
Yeah. Luckily, it does not deliver sound or smell.
Oh
Only
boy.
vision.
Vision and nothing else.
I'm still feeling a little queasy from before.
Okay. So this person eventually gets up from their captain's seat after tending to that business, and is going to be walking out. Professor, inside, you do see that there are some of the guards, town guards for Lake Right Eye, who are walking in, and they are going around asking people whose horses are outside. They don't have weapons
Horses
drawn or anything, but they're just making rounds.
Horses are double parked.
I've... Damn. I don't know whose horses they are.
I mean, they're technically Noralize horses. We could tell them that.
They're technically Noralize horses, but we don't know who that is.
Guards, sir, they're not ours. We stole them from a young girl. If you have an issue with them, it's hers.
But no, now that the arcane eye's up there, Bright can control it, and we can head outside.
Oh, real quick, you're averting your arcane eye gaze. Go ahead and make another perception as you avert your gaze.
Sure, okay.
Just because the eyeball can spin around and.
12.
Ooh, I'm actually gonna be rolling for this. Okay. You avert your gaze as there's a couple more groans and noises that your brain can just interpret or not, if you want to switch that off.
I don't get noises.
I know you're. I don't know how vivid your imagination is, especially after that incident.
It's pretty vivid.
Yeah, it's a very fresh wound on the road there to have to experience there. Yeah, so you avert your gaze and you see that the table the tiefling is at is empty. There is no tiefling and there is no stein.
So I'll mention that to the professor that the tiefling seems to have disappeared.
Have I seen them come down the stairs? Have I seen anyone come down the stairs?
No.
Either set? Either set? No.
Okay. Well, they could have gone through the other staircase. Or maybe they could have just cast invisibility. I don't know.
They probably cast invisibility. Right. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Do you have I don't have locate creature prepared. I wasn't planning on going on a manhunt today. So
It's fine, I have a better idea.
okay.
Cast your scrying sensor.
That takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, but they were already invisible.
Okay. I'll have to drop the arcane eye as well.
That's fine. If they're already gone, they're already gone.
Well, before I do that, I want to take a quick look around and see if I can spot them. Like, see if they appear to be disappearing out of any particular place.
Sure. in taking a look around, there is nothing that is obvious. There's no windows that, like recently blown open curtains billowing by a window that was closed, or catching that person like going, "Whoa, hey," like out of nowhere.
Okay. All right. Well, um, I'll start on the scrying, I suppose. I don't want to show off my crystal ball because it's kind of big, especially for me. So I'm gonna keep it in its little carry-in pouch while I work on the scrying. So
Okay.
that'll drop the arcane eye.
Okay. Sure. There's a you're doing that. Cypher, I want you to make a perception.
You know, Cypher, there's one other thing that could have happened. It might be that he's... Well, no, it wouldn't apply to the Stein, but I'm just thinking, if he cast non-detection or something, he could be cloaked from my scrying sensor without actually... Like, he could be sitting right in front of it and I wouldn't see him.
I mean, to be fair, how common is divination magic such that someone would know to cast non-detection?
I mean, if he had see invisibility, which is a thing that a thief totally might have, he might have blanked himself. Like, it's possible.
Hmm. Well, we'll see. So, what you wanted me to roll a perception? I'm guessing, Maddie.
A perception at disadvantage, yes, please.
Yep. That's a 12.
Okay.
So
there's while Bright is performing this and concentrating on this ritual, you hear from upstairs, and this is something that seems to get the credential checker's attention. A bunch of people, not really, it's not like screaming or panic, but you get that, who casts darkness? I mean, this is a tiefling town, so it's not like this doesn't happen, but it's like, who farted? Like, oh, who casts darkness? Yeah.
Scythe is going to go to Bright and do a gesture that's like cancel the scrying, and Scythe is going to go over to the credential checker.
Yeah, he has. I mean, the credential checker is getting up and kind of looking up the stairs. Like he's taken one step up, but no one's screaming or panicking. But obviously, there's been a disturbance in the upper the hoity-toity section of this place, so it's caught his attention.
Yep, and I'm gonna catch his attention real quick.
Turns around, sir, can I help you?
So I need to interrupt right here.
Okay.
If the credential checker is distracted enough, I'm gonna try to just mundane sneak by him and get upstairs.
I mean, he's distracted, but I won't say no, but you're either going to need to do very well and describe it, or use magic.
Okay, I can do at least one of those things.
Okay.
So the first thing I want to do, though, I assume there were some windows and things upstairs as well.
Yeah.
To look out of.
Yeah. Okay. Being on the upper level, it gives you a better. You're not looking out over the street and over like whoever just parks horses outside to block the view. Like you can actually like see the harbor or and all that. So.
Okay. All right. I want to deploy my drone. I mean Piggy Sue.
Okay. In bird form.
Yeah. Well, that's the form she is now until we change it with the ritual.
Oops.
So,
hang on.
yeah,
My headset just my headset went. Let's get plugged back in. I thought it would beep beforehand. Maybe it wasn't. Just wasn't paying attention. Come on. There we go. And boop 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 boop. Hey, there we go. I have sound again.
Okay. Yeah, because she's a bird now, so
Okay.
she'll be a bird until we change her shape. But I just want to conjure her up to look outside and see if she can look through the windows and see like what's going on out there or up there.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can.
Okay. And then, meanwhile, I will think about ways to get past that guard while the professor's distracting him. But I'm not going to make a move just yet, because I have a lot on my mind.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to the credential checker and say, there has been a rash of heist where thief has used darkness to steal things. I am bounty hunter. I should go check just to be sure that there is no one stealing your client's precious resources.
This is the
Basically,
best Casimir accent ever.
I'm trying to convince him that I'm a Sandalph bounty hunter who can see through darkness, and being like, there's been thefts around here using this MO. Someone might be up there stealing your client's stuff. Let me go up there and check, and I will find them.
Okay. In Elven, in reply, sir, you don't need to strain yourself. I can speak several languages.
I like that Elvish is the same as Russian in this world.
It's it's fine. You don't need to go up there unless you have the credentials to do so, and or unless you are a guard who has authority here in the city. And or is your captain up there?
Is he? I'm just trying to think of whether he is or not. But like, yes, he is. In
And
contract, you see.
of course, what's your captain's name? He reaches down for a piece of paper and looks like he's ready to look at it.
I'm gonna give him the name of the captain of the boat that we're meant to be traveling on.
I don't remember. He's been here. I don't remember him.
He said that he would be here.
Maybe not yet, unless it has something to do with that disturbance outside. And he kind of leans over and looks outside and sees there's a crowd of people that is just surrounding these hooting horses. And as well, like as this is going on too, there's almost like a whoa, like there's a little boy's like, whoa, this is cool. And other people are kind of like, what? As this very tropical looking bird just kind of pops into a appearance and is just kind of flying around.
Oh, the seeming is still.
Yeah, seeming's 8 hours and it doesn't require concentration.
Yeah,
so.
8 hours, no concentration.
Yeah, so the bird will be going up though very quickly because it's
Okay.
It's looking in the upstairs windows. So.
Okay.
He might not be up there.
The kid's like, it's an Ucton parrot. It's an Ucton parrot. There's got to be pirates here.
It's called a Palila bird. Goodness sakes. I don't get to say that, but I think that real loudly.
So what I'm gonna do is I am going to say is fine. There is other reason. Come here, moment.
He's right there. I mean, yeah, he like
basically
crawled around with one foot on this step to kind of peer up before looking back at you, addressing him.
Yeah. It's like there is something I must share, and he's going to lean in. Just like the way that someone would when someone would whisper, but not too close. So it's like just the leaning forward, but there's no
Sure.
turning involved.
Okay, this is when I want to take my action.
Okay.
I'm going to
An intense-
debigulate myself
Okay.
so that I shrink to this. Let's see. Um, I think the incantation for this is something like Charlie Sheen, Ben Vereen, shrink to the size of a lima bean. I'm not sure, but I become very small, and then that's when I'm just gonna try
Tiny
and
and like,
scamper right by him.
All right. Tiny offers you a variety. Like, are you a cat-sized you, or?
The smallest size me I can be, which would probably be about maybe 8 inches or 6 inches,
Okay.
something like that.
Uh, yeah. All right.
halved in all dimensions. So you're like what, 3 foot something?
Yeah, a little over 3 feet. So
Yes, you're about 1.5 feet, 1'6" right now.
Okay. Yeah. So there's like a dashing newborn here, just or like a little
Yep.
like a gremlin from the movie, just kind of sort of running around. All right, so you debigulate yourself till you're about 1.5-ish feet tall, and you sure you get going.
okay, so I'll roll a stealth or whatever whenever you need me to. But
Yeah, go ahead and do so. With your size and the fact that the bodyguard or the not the bodyguard
The
the
bouncer.
bouncer is being kind of double distracted. Go ahead and roll a stealth at advantage.
okay, so have you ever played Detroit Become Human?
I have not,
I
but I've
have.
seen it played.
Okay. So you know how when either Marcus or Connor, because they're actually the same model, right? Whenever they want to like project what's going to happen or what did happen, right? And so they get the three different choices, and you can see like which is the right way to stealth and which is the right way to not go. That's kind of how it appears for me now, because I'm going to use my other portent and take a 14 on the die
Ah,
with
okay.
plus 8 to stealth is 22.
Ah, all right.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's not bad at all. You're using predictive heuristic analysis, or
Exactly.
at least the precursor to predictive heuristic analysis.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to. I mean, ever since we've come out of hell, I've been much more precog and less rewind time. So
Somewhere a little wooden ball is just tumbled out of a machine, and
yeah.
all right, you presumably are gonna get past this dude here who's distracted, who's gonna get disadvantage. But as this is his job, is going to be at least halfway decent. I'm gonna give him a +5. This is going to be a 15. To your more than that. So okay, yeah. Your mind just you think in 6 dimensions as you're like, oh, possibilities and realms unfold before your eyes. And you just curve the right way. Everything, or almost like that Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, where you're kind of like, you're lining up the punches and everything. Just sort of, you've already calculated it, but you just got to follow through. So it's kind of a graceful thing. You do that, and you spin. As the professor's kind of like leaning over, just in time to, to let you kind of like roll like across the back of his legs, and then continue to like go on all fours up the stairs. Yeah, there's no hey, get back here, child, or anything along those lines. You scamper up the steps unnoticed by the bouncer.
Get back here, oddly well dressed and well balanced newborn.
Yes. Cat on 2 legs.
But no,
Now the professor can finish whatever he was doing.
Cypher is gonna whisper into the bouncer's ear
Mm-hmm.
in Infernal. It's just like I actually happen to be a deep cover operative, and there is a thief up there right now. We need to get up there right now. And I will actually use prestidigitation to make it seem like I'm sliding an insignia out of my sleeve to show him.
Uh,
The old 5-second conjuration. You can flash your badge and then it disappears because it really disappears.
yeah.
No.
I am going to. This is not what he's used to working with the, because if someone in this line knows a lot of the procedures, probably knows a lot of the officers and the like, and with you, kind of being on the scene and you're just given a gaudy little flash of a prestidigitation here, I am going to. You can make a color small marker symbol appear on an object or surface for an hour. Non-magical trinket or illusory image. Yeah, I'm gonna have him. It doesn't exist necessarily in 5th edition, but disbelieve the illusion. In other words, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll an int save versus your spell DC. In this case, because he's already wary and suspicious and has reason to believe that this could be a flim flam.
Yeah, he's sus. That's fair.
I'm gonna give him. He does speak several languages. He's also not an epic level adventurer. I'm gonna give him a +4 to this, but he is rolling at advantage because of the circumstances are making him extra wary.
Yep.
Oh no!
Yes.
So
Yes!
for me out there, everyone, that's a 20, which is normally very good, but the professor is a literal monster who has a DC 21 spell save, and so yeah, he kind of does a double take, but tells you, yeah, go up there. I gotta. What's going on out there? Is there's more ruckus going on outside the this place too, and it's maybe just him on duty. So yeah, he lets you go up without any trouble.
I'm going upstairs. I'm so glad I pulled that off. I'm so glad I pulled that off.
Sure. Though Bright, you arrive first, kind of skittering up the stairs on your wee legs, or on hands and feet.
Yeah, I probably had to use hands and legs to scamper up the stairs.
So sure,
Just
you're
so small.
You're like a small puppy, kind of coming up the steps.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. There's the place isn't necessarily in a panic because again, this sort of thing does happen. You live around enough tieflings for long, and I mean, it's only a matter of time until one of them, just does this. I mean, for some, it's actually kind of horrible. Like they sneeze and it happens. It's almost like an allergic reaction or something along those lines. So, that's it's a thing. So anyway, yeah, you get up there and some people are some people are laughing, and there's as you're getting up there, one person is striding forward, human, and it has some kind of an amulet that he's holding on to. I'll take care of this. Do you want to say or do anything? Or are you wanting to move discreetly against the wall or dash underneath a table?
So, what does this guy look like?
Well dressed, but not for sailing. So might be a captain, just not, is wearing the nice, like the dress uniform, or, is just in nicer clothes that are still maritime, just not a more practical or anything that would have an indication that he is prepared to go sailing or has just come off of a boat. But yes, the accent is common, human, from Fallfire, and he's striding over, clutching something, and is saying that he's going to take care of the darkness.
Yeah, I'm happy to let him do that. But that's probably where our tiefling friend has escaped, so I'm very curious as to, what's going on through there.
Sure. Cypher, by the time that you get up this... Oh, actually, hang on, Bright. Where are you positioning yourself? No one's paying attention to the stairwell, let alone little old you.
Yeah, especially little old me. I only have a minute before I become just regular little old me.
Tiny old
Instead
you.
of little old me. So, just along the wall, kind of out of the way, so I don't get stepped on.
Sure. Okay, no problem. Cypher, you come up at the top of the steps. There's a flash of daylight, and there's no darkness. And people are like, oh, finally. There's one person like as your eyes kind of adjust after the flash, who must have just been sitting in the dark and just drinking, because he's the one who looks over and says, finally, someone did it.
Do I see that tiefling anywhere?
No. Neither you or Bright see the tiefling in any sort of obvious chartreuse, horned-tailed person sense.
Okay. We might be too late. Did the darkness, was it covering, the stairwell or an open window or any other kind of escape route?
It was covering a window, but the window is still closed. Or was closed if the person made their way out in the darkness.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and direct Piggy Sue to fly over to where that window is outside
Sure.
and see if she can see anything.
Okay. Flap, flap, flap. In your Peggy Sue vision, there's a crowd outside. No one is looking up at this particular window or pointing. I mean, there's the little kid who just keeps staring at the bird. But it's there's no one like, a blue person jumped from the window just recently or anything along those lines.
Okay. Okay. I don't get it. Where did they go? I don't know. Is there any obvious way to get up onto the roof? Other than, flying up there?
Not obvious, but presumably there
Okay.
is.
Alright.
They have to get their chimneys swept and their roof tiles replaced and other things,
Yeah, they may use ladders for that. I'm not sure. Alright. So, where's the professor? Is he close enough to me to, talk to him?
Yeah, I mean, the professor came up right when the daylight flash happened, and there's a person just drinking, oh, I wasn't going to stop drinking this banana rum. We're not exactly going to get a ton more of this from Uct. About time someone turned the lights on. So yeah, he's just standing there, and...
Okay. I'll tug on the professor's pant leg.
Yeah, and I'll look down.
Just because I can. I don't know where he went. He must be hiding somewhere. Because he doesn't seem to have escaped. I mean, unless he went out through the servants' stairwell, because he didn't come down the main stairwell and he didn't go out the window. At least it doesn't seem like he went out the window. So I don't know where. Maybe he's hiding. Maybe he disguised himself, or maybe he's hiding, or maybe he's invisible. I'm not really sure yet. But we might need to go up on the roof and cast a scry, and might have to take the 10 minutes. At least we're up here now. Maybe would you like to interview, maybe you could interview the wait staff, or did he run out without paying? Find out that stuff. Usual detective stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna come up and go start looking around. Actually, I'm gonna make my way to the guy who was holding that amulet there.
Sure.
Just like, this may seem a little odd, sir, but you may wish to check your belongings. This is going to be in a full fire accent, even though I still
Sure.
look like a sand elf.
Well, oh, you must come down south from the desert now and again. I have all of my belongings. This is...
So, Cypher's actually going to lean in and say that I'm actually on an undercover operation. This is a disguise.
I'm glad you inherently trust me to not divulge that information.
It would not benefit you if you did.
Are you threatening me, sir?
Oh, not at all. I'm simply saying that it would not benefit you. There would be naught to gain, is what I meant.
Well, what do you want? I'm in no legal trouble. All my papers are as they need to be. You're not trying to hustle me, are you?
No, of course not. I would never think of such a thing. That would be rude. No, I wanted to ask you about a tiefling fellow that was sitting over there. And he points to where the...
Oh, yeah, the bright blue one, yeah. What about it?
I'm looking for him. He's a, suspect.
I don't know what to tell you. I was already up here when that person came up. Must have had the credentials. Sat down.
Ever seen him before?
Can't say I have, but I don't frequent this place too often.
Alright. Well, then I will not take up any more of your time, but I must ask as a fellow man from the Fall Fire. Have you been to the university by chance?
Yeah, I've been helping people relocate from Fall Fire, actually, which is part of the reason why I'm out this way. I had been to the university. It's in a state.
Oh, I could imagine. I also used to frequent the university, in the, before, if you get what I mean.
Well,
I'm actually looking for a friend of mine from there, as a more personal thing. He goes by Professor Cypher. Have you heard of him?
I can't keep tabs on every person who claims to be a teacher.
Apparently famous Shadahari historian.
I'm just chuckling because, like, you're in disguise and you're just... you're ego surfing so hard, you know. Oh,
Yes.
Distinguished professor.
Dude, I have to.
Known Mesotopian wide, sir. No, this captain says, I can't say I've had anyone aboard my ship with that title. Though if he was in the university, he might still be there. It's become a bit of a fortress more than a place of learning. It's a bastion of just a bubble of sanity, I suppose. With the saturation that the Fall Fire Plains have been plagued with. But no, you know, in thinking about it, it was a very vibrant color for a tiefling, despite all the hues that they can come in. It was odd because I don't pay attention to the comings and goings of people here, but what I did notice was that this person was able to they produced their own stein and apparently was drinking out of it, though I saw no service being directly given. I figured, well, you know, people come across a lot of things. Captains humbly brag to each other by producing, and as he's saying that, he's kind of doing a self promo by kind of rubbing this amulet that he has, by using or showing off the things that they've procured along their journeys. I figured it might have just been something along those lines, a way to get people to notice this odd cup. But anyway, I did my job. I hope that you can do yours. It's nice to meet someone else, somewhat from the Fall Fire. Your Fall Fire accent is very well practiced, though, for being an elf from the sands. Anyway, I believe that my I was about to say my salad is getting cold, but that's kind of the point.
Of course.
My salad is
You
cold. Good day, sir.
You have provided me with more than enough information. I shan't take up any more of your time. And Cypher will move back over to Tiny Bright and murmur that he is carrying some kind of magic cup.
She grows instantly in front of you.
Yeah, my tiny bright is gonna wear off right about then. So hopefully I can at least stand behind the professor while it happens. Okay. So yeah, I don't get it. So the thing that I wanted to do, because I mentioned in chat that while the professor was having that discussion, I wanted to cast a detect thoughts.
Okay.
And it's not targeted at anyone in particular. I'm just using it for the ping power.
Ah, yeah.
Where I'm looking for someone who might have a mind but not quite show up on my normal eye vision.
Okay. Sure. So this is penetrate barriers 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead. I guess wood is counted like the 2 inches. Usually there's something for wood too, but
No, there's no limit on wood here.
oh, okay then.
Can penetrate barriers.
Yeah. All right.
So wood is just a penetrable barrier.
Yeah.
Needs to be stone.
Okay. This is gonna be good and bad then, because there's a lot more mines than what you'd be able to. Because the floor's not stopping.
I'm gonna have to try to narrow it down just to people that are on this floor.
Okay, yeah, you can kind of like, bing, bing, to be a little bit more active about that here. Okay, sure. So you begin scanning. Now, as this is going on, we have the detective work. We are going to bounce. Meanwhile, aboard the ship, out of the rain, because you have your own personal cabin, Norelai and Mordecai are talking. The ship's the gnomish word for assistant is a Gilligan. The Gilligan is still working to just put some things aboard, some crates. Seemingly is checking the ship over. Has a hammer every once in a while, kind of like maybe pounding a nail back in. Not in a frantic hurry. Like, he actually seems very almost bored. But is there anything that you two are saying or doing while you have at least the ship's interior to yourself?
We haven't exactly had a chance to catch up yet.
No, we've been running around a lot.
Yeah. So, is it awkward being back?
No.
No.
It's got to get my legs out again and to be able to do things.
That's quite fair enough.
I was just like in a bubble for like a while.
But you said you could see everything, hear everything.
Yeah, but I'm still in a bubble.
Was that because we...
you ever like have to sit still, like all day? It's like that, but like for months.
That can get boring.
Yeah.
Very boring.
And then you guys kept doing things that I couldn't yell at you about.
What is it that you wanted to yell at us about? Now's
Well,
the
for
time
one,
to do it, I guess.
Jenny. I already yelled at you about that, but I would have yelled at you when you were trying to do it. And also, like,
I'm sorry.
all that weird stuff you were doing with my bones. Creepy. I tried to grind a diamond with my skull.
Yeah. Again, we thought you were gone.
Yeah, but that doesn't give you an excuse to, like, play with people's bones.
No, it definitely seems a little disrespectful in retrospect.
Mm-hmm.
But, it turned out to be a weird magical kind of focus, and so can you blame a curious mind?
I mean, I can.
I mean, you can, but at the same time,
It was weird.
yeah,
Like, you could
yeah.
have found something else to use magic with.
But the thing is that you're one of the only people who's effective against things to do with Shanaruth.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And so when we can't, we have to try and use something that is going to be effective. And Bright was experimenting because we had to.
Well, why didn't you guys try, like, doing something with the wild magic flowers?
We weren't there at the time.
Well, you could have went there. You guys were in Greenshield for a bit.
Yeah, the flowers weren't in Greenshield at the time.
Yeah, but the Greenshield is close. Well, close enough.
We were using what we had on hand. And I apologize for that. I mean, you know everything. You saw everything. You know our reasoning.
Yeah, doesn't mean I like it.
Are you going to continue to hold that against us, though?
Maybe.
That's a little childish.
Well, shut up.
Did you just tell me to shut up?
Maybe.
You are a kid. That's all that I've. That's everything.
am 19. I'm not a kid. I'm an adult.
You are a child.
No.
You are always a child in my head.
I'm
At least
almost
for
as
now.
tall as you. Actually, wait, how tall is Mordecai?
He's like 6 foot.
I'm as tall as you. Actually, I'm taller. Look at my horns.
Ah, you just beat me to it. All right, yep.
See, horns don't count in height, Norlai. We've talked about that. Horns don't count because when you're judging somebody's height, you have to go based off of what every person in the world has in order to calculate that. Your horns may be taller than mine, but my head's taller than yours.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No. Well, actually, I haven't measured in a while. I need a
Arguing
measure. I
with
got
me.
taller like yesterday, so.
I got taller yesterday. Yeah, that's. How many times are you ever gonna say that in your life?
Wild magic is weird,
Yeah.
but useful.
Hmm? Did you see
But
all
useful.
the owls I summoned? I didn't even summon that many. There's only supposed to be 8. And there was just
32.
everywhere. Yeah.
Where in the world did that come from?
I don't know, it just happened. But it was fun.
So what are Bright and Cypher up to right now?
They're going to the captain's quarters because they want to catch the thief, but I don't know why they need to catch the thief. I don't think it's going to help us in any way because they want to, like, turn him into the cops or something, and I don't think that's a good idea, so. Anyways, if they're
But-
not back in 2 hours, we're leaving.
Your spell's still up, so it means that, the horses are still. I mean, the owls are still there.
But, if they're not back, then we leave.
But we can't leave without them.
I mean, the boat's going to leave with or without him.
And this thief they want to turn into the authorities.
Yeah, because he sold you Luciferus, which you shouldn't have bought in the first place, but, I don't think they should, turn him in for doing that.
Right. I mean, I'm not gonna personally turn them in because that's just not something you do when you're dealing with people like that. But like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hmm. Well, haven't heard anything from them though. Hmm.
Nope. I mean, it hasn't been that long. My owls are still out there.
And those last only like an hour or so?
An hour. And then once they disappear, they have an hour to get back.
Hmm.
Oh no, I've lost 3 of you. Only Noralize survived.
Ha ha ha.
She's turned yandere. Watch out, everyone.
But well, let's see what. And you didn't really want to go help them?
No, they were gonna turn in someone to the police. Why would I do? Why would I go help them?
You make a very valid point. I forget sometimes that you have a very, very strong aversion to the law.
Mm-hmm. The law hasn't helped me, so I don't help the law.
Hmm.
Plus, like, I mean, the guy sold you Luciferus, and like my brother sells that, so it would kind of be hypocritical of me to go after him and not go after my brother. But I mean, my brother only does it because we need the money. But he's not
Yeah.
a bad person for doing that.
And I can understand that. I definitely can. I've been there myself many times.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, are they really trying to turn them into the authorities, or are they just trying to catch them and figure out what's going on with elusive race.
I mean, it sounded like they were trying to turn him into the authorities. Mr. Cipher was all, "Oh, we're gonna turn it into the authorities, and then we'll get positions, and they'll help us out with stuff." And I was like, no,
I mean,
that's
it's
not how
true.
that works. It's not. I just, I don't think it's gonna turn out how he thinks it's gonna turn out. Like, if anything, they're like, "Oh, thank you. Here's 5 gold. Go away."
But that's still creating a little bit of a reputation. And reputation
really
goes a long way.
reputation? Well, I don't want a reputation in helping the police, so I'd rather
Okay.
just stay. Why don't we just be a band? We keep saying we're Chroma Company and entertainers, and we never do it.
Just start a
I
band.
mean, I suppose you're not wrong. It's been a little bit since I cracked open the violin, and I don't
Yeah,
know
we
that I
had
have
it was
one
fun when
anymore.
we were in Green Shield, and you performed, and we did all the magic show, all the lights.
Yeah, that was fun.
That would
Damn.
get us recognition. Like, the Healing Words are really popular. I haven't seen them in concert,
Oh,
but I keep hearing people talk about them.
I hear people talk about them too, but I haven't seen them in Mesomaska yet.
As you
One
two
would
are
think with
talking,
Mesomaska.
you don't know who he's addressing, but you can hear the booming voice of the assistant here, just kind of a little bit muffled through the wood of the ship. But you hear him say, "Yes, ready to serve. Okay, all right. What?" And a couple other replies along those lines.
Hmm.
Damn, I don't have that prepared. Eh. Do you want to play some music? Do you want to learn an instrument?
Maybe. I would like to practice ballet again.
Ballet.
Yeah, I started when I was a little kid. Then things happened, and I couldn't take classes anymore.
You haven't done it since you were little, huh?
Yep. I still practice. I can stand on my toes still.
That's usually something reserved for adults. I'm surprised.
Well, a lot of, well, not a lot, but some of the really good dancers, they start when they're young and they practice their whole lives.
Yeah, but like standing on one's toes, that's
Yeah.
that's impressive. I don't know that I could do that.
A lot.
Job's
I'm an
done.
acrobat. I'm not a dancer.
It's all about balance and having the
Yeah,
right
that's
shoes.
yeah.
If you don't
I
have the right
suppose
shoes,
that's
they
true.
won't work.
More work?
Well, I mean, I could always. I don't have a violin on me anymore. I don't think. I'm
Yeah.
going to go and ask someone if they can, if there is one on board. I seem to have lost it when we came out of hell.
Too bad. There. I mean, we have over an hour. We could run to a store and buy one.
But I seem to recall that a couple of times that we've run to stores, you've been a little handsy.
No, I paid for these. And she just like hugs her golden lions. I paid for these with money.
Given your history, Noralai, I can't necessarily take you at your word.
Well, that's your problem.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I fault you either way. I'm just saying that.
Well, I can promise not to take.
As the substitute big brother, I have to wonder.
Wonder what?
I have to wonder if you actually paid for them or if you didn't.
I
I'm
did.
still-
I have the receipt and everything. She pulls up the receipt.
Okay, I'll take you at your word.
And like, if you go to a music store, you can get your violin, and I can pay for something small, like a flute.
I used to play the flute like a pan flute, actually. I haven't really
Yeah,
played it
something.
since meeting all of you, but I used to be able to play one. Not very
Yeah,
good,
just
but
then something that isn't too complex.
no, flutes are never really all that complex. They're pretty easy to learn, actually. I just don't want us not to be here when they come back.
Well, we have an hour. We have over an hour because my owls are still up.
Well, I have sending prepared, so I can send a message to Bright or Cypher saying that we went to the music store for a bit.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna send it to Bright.
Okay.
And
What's
we're
your
gonna find the
25 or less
nearest.
words?
We're headed to the nearest music shop. I'm gonna go buy instruments. Maybe actually perform. Who knows?
And that's coming to me. When is it
Yep.
happening? Like, at what point in our adventure would I receive this?
This is going to be happening. We'll say that this is happening towards the time that we jumped from you back to them, because they've just been
That's
having a
convenient.
casual time on the ship. So
Okay. So my response would be, it's a good thing we stayed behind on the boat to make sure that we weren't late. That's all.
yeah, it was extremely baffling, Bright, because Mordecai didn't end the sending with "that's all" or "okay, bye" or.
You can respond to this message.
No sense of etiquette in sending.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I just responded. Slightly snarky, perhaps, but at least he knows we're okay.
It's really weird, Mordecai. Bright just sends "okay" with a smiley face, but you have no idea what that could mean.
No, I said what I said.
No, I.
Yeah.
It seemed a little sarcastic. Mordecai's face in that response goes into a little bit of a I'm an adult. I do what I want. So
Yeah. Just like Lorelai, she's 19.
still a child. All right, we're not gonna go far. We're gonna go to the nearest one and maybe get what we can find. But if there's not really one nearby, then I guess we're SOL.
We can always try another town.
Yeah, that's true.
Browsing's fun.
Old Port's always been a little bit better about the entertainment industry, I guess.
The arts.
The arts. Yeah. You ever been?
Nope.
That's so weird, being on this side of the island and you've never been to Old Port.
Well, I've been in Mask of Horns pretty much my whole life. And then my brother left town, so I went to find him. So I've only been places I've been with you guys.
So you weren't traveling for very long before you ended up in that cave?
Nope, not too long.
How weird.
Yeah. Guess it is kind of weird.
And I guess we're all still looking for Loki, really?
Yep, he's somewhere.
Well, maybe in whatever it is that we end up doing to Shona Ruth, he'll be let go.
Yeah, I hope so.
Otherwise, it might be unpleasant. But that's another conversation for another day.
Yeah, let's go
We've had
shopping.
that conversation before.
Let's go shopping.
You're gonna go
So we're
shopping
gonna
for
go
mundane instruments?
Yes.
Okay. Easily enough to procure.
Or magical ones if we can find them.
You might be able to.
I'm not gonna go very far, but if there happens to be one that has like, I don't know, even just like is enhanced with like a cantrip or something, then, you know, I'm gonna find it interesting. Why not?
Well, I know a very nice magic store.
Yeah, you do actually.
Yeah, I'm looking for instruments specifically. So if we don't find one magical, then we don't find one magical. But
All right, let's try the music store first.
yeah.
Okay.
And who knows, maybe they'll have something.
Any instruments that are in the player's handbook are available at player's handbook prices. Those are for mundane ones. You can get Mastercraft. So they're not magical, but they have quasi-magical abilities to them, such that a performance would get a +1 if you play it, but not from any sort of magical. It's just been so finely made that
Well
it
made.
is mundanely superior.
I like a very well made violin.
And let's see. Mordecai, you can talk the talk here. You are also the party accountant. So what I would like you to do, I am in Xanathar's guide here, and we did something like this as well to procure the other magical items. I would like you to roll to pit fight. And by that, I mean a charisma persuasion to carouse the store owner into showing that you aren't some plebeian musician with eyes bigger than his pocketbook.
Does my entertainer background give me any kind of advantage?
This is allowing for it, so it's not going to give you an advantage. This is you've actually been able to speak to the proprietor and convey that you would actually be knowledgeable and may very well know how to use an advanced instrument.
Take care of course. Okay, big money. Hey, that's a 20.
Oh. Okay. Now, Norlai, on this shopping trip, in the store, what are you doing?
On an instrument.
You're just looking at instruments?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm debating between a flute and a lyre.
Alright. Fortunately for you, there are no dirty liars here, only very clean ones.
I see what you did. Boo.
Alright, Norlai, could you roll a... could you roll a d8 for me, please? Three. Okay. So, you find a mundane instrument of your choice, Norlai. No problems. Book cost.
I'll take the flute, so it's 2 gold.
Right. I'm the one paying for it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But it's one of those things where Norlai comes, she's like, I'm saving you money, but I'm spending it. Yeah, but you could have spent more, so I'm saving you money. I didn't have to spend 2 gold. I'm saving you money. I could have bought something for 5. I'm saving you money.
The lyre is 30. This one's only 2.
Mordecai doesn't look perturbed in any specific way. He's like, get the one you want.
Flute.
Alright, flute it is.
And for the other... you want a violin in particular?
Yeah, that's not necessarily something out of the book, so.
Yeah. So what we're going to do...
With viola.
We are going to have a... I want you to roll 1d6, please.
Ooh, that's a 6.
Okay. And... now what I'd like you to do is roll a d20.
18.
Interesting. I'd like you to roll a d8, please.
4.
Okay. I now would like you to roll a d20. You all out in the audience can't
11.
escape. We're doing a mini workshop here. Just wait till you see what happens.
It's an 11.
Okay. And lastly, I need you to roll a d12.
9.
9. All right. The instrument is presented to you, and so after showing that you know not just how to play music, like you understand music theory, music craft. You can put emotion into your song, not just sing the lyrics or strum the notes.
Right.
And so that's belied, also some of this intention, which seems to have worked in your favor. And the shopkeeper here at the instrument store, resonates with you in a sense. I feel a great tragedy about you, and a great vast wealth of experience. And I believe that you are correct for this instrument. I normally don't put these out because it's something that needs to happen naturally. The instrument must find its bearer. The bearer must be attuned to the instrument even before picking it up. And yeah, you're vibing with the shopkeeper. She brings out a violin that is actually, it's larger than normal. It's still a violin, but I guess, I mean, I don't know if you'd want to call it like a bass violin, just how, like bass saxophones are bigger, and it's not the next instrument up, but it's the largest version here.
A viola.
This is a viola. All right. Thank you. This is a very old item. In fact, and she opens the box. She's like, a violin. This is very large. This is a viola. Yes, that's the word. Looking at the pattern of it, you've seen patterns like this before. This was an item crafted by the Fae? ? No, wait. It's the giants. This is a item crafted by giants.
That's an entrance.
Oops. Wrong code. There we go. You all saw the rolls here live, everyone. This item is larger than normal and was crafted by giants for use by their smaller allies. And as the music shopkeeper goes on to tell you, this viola was once used as perhaps some sort of royal regalia, perhaps as a badge of high office of some variety, judging from the patterns. It seems to convey power and authority. Its former owner, or that of a person's descendants, might desire it, or someone might mistakenly assume its new owner is the legitimate inheritor. So you have some sort of royal giant viola. So maybe this was passed down to the giants kept small folk as well. Passed down to one of the small people for entertainment, perhaps. Next up, you rolled a 4. An odd property of this viola is that of if you play this while underground, the bearer of this item always knows the item's depth below the surface and the direction to the nearest staircase, ramp, or other path leading upward.
I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
There is, though, perhaps one consideration, she puts it very tactfully. And I would ask that you don't get upset. In fact, this is perhaps the reason why this instrument was made for you. The bearer experiences flashes of pain while using this item, perhaps reliving memories, or if not memories, then feelings, while you play the instrument.
I suppose that's an acceptable price when you're crafting music that is meant to touch the hearts of others.
If you can't feel emotion, then how can you expect your audience to, Mordecai?
Exactly.
If you are willing to bear the pain of this viola, I will part with it for 600 gold pieces.
You have a deal.
Oh, actually, I made a mistake. Although I'll tell you what, I accidentally read the same number twice, I think. We can stick with this, although technically you rolled a different property. Do you want this, or do you want to weigh what it could be? Also, the pain is still there. You're not escaping the pain. Don't worry, I'm not taking that major feature from Mordecai.
What is that other property?
See, we even have an emote for this, everyone. You rolled an 11 for this. In 11, and I even read this as we were going along. But Delver, I'm like, oh yeah, that actually makes tremendous sense given the Fae and Giants and everything. So I will still work with it because it might also have been meant to be. 11 is actually Sentinel. Choose a kind of creature that's an enemy to the item's creator. This item glows faintly when such creatures are within 120 feet of it. That being said, so the lore around this, as the music shop owner would definitely have either experienced or at least identified such a property. A nearby dragon. This would be to be more thematic. It might just be not necessarily a creature type. Yeah, it would end up being but specifically, oh, you know what? This could be interesting. This could be very interesting. Yeah, it is going to it glows when there are fae or fiends around. This is going to include tieflings. However, she is going to look. I mean, it's a tiefling city, but still, she's going to look odd because she might have been expecting something. She looks down and up at you, and then looks back down at the instrument and is very curious. Mordecai, are you wearing some kind of a glamour?
No, why?
This item resonates with something of the tieflings. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. Maybe it was meant to be. It was made for them or something. But you don't seem to cause it to stir.
I've been getting that a lot lately, actually.
Elves and gnomes can cause it to glow faintly, as well as tieflings, but you don't seem to have that effect.
I've been told I'm not a tiefling anymore, and I'm not entirely sure why.
By whom? A doctor? They need to get their eyes checked then. Look at you.
I appear tiefling. I suppose that's enough. Like you said, some harrowing experiences.
Most people who go through harrowing experiences get a streak of gray in their hair, not a streak of black.
Odd times we live in.
Very. Well, the price stands. In fact, it's an odd... You've added a bit to the story of this, is you seem to be a tiefling that doesn't cause this thing to become aggravated in some way.
I'll still take it. It seems interesting.
Very well. You can get this giant created. Did you want the Sentinel or did you want it to be Delver? Delver or Sentinel? We have two realities. Bright, somewhere you're detecting like a split in something. There's a moment where just...
We'll go Sentinel.
Sentinel? Okay. Okay, if there are fiends or fae within 120 feet of you, it'll glow. And then Bright, just as suddenly, it seems like this other choice is just closed on itself.
Huh, weird.
Okay, well then. You have bought this viola for 600 gold with those properties.
I'm trying to make notes of all of that.
The pain is roleplay pain. It is not a direct, like, I'm not dealing hit point damage to you. I mean, if you're casting a spell that requires concentration, I don't know, we'll play around with it. But it's a roleplay consideration for the instrument, is that it causes you some sort of pain or flashback of memory. So it could be physical, it could be emotional distress. But that's the one you rolled, because that was the property for you. It was supposed to be. Roll pain. There you go, Cherries. You know, Cherries, there's a very popular inn called the Wild Cherry that was a hang-up for the crew for a bit.
Well, he did have to bond with the instrument even before he saw it, so that's how we know it's the right one.
Yep. Although you don't have to attune, because it's magical, but it's not really magical. But
You do have to tune, just not
yeah,
a tune.
that's right. Because otherwise, what on a viola? There's like 5 tuning slots or 6 or whatever. However many pins it has. Yeah, but but what this will do is if you are playing this for some sort of a performance, I'll give you a +2 on your performance with it.
Okay.
Is Noralai actually trained on that instrument, or are you learning this?
I'm learning this.
Okay, so this is like if I hear someone play the Pirates of the Caribbean song on a recorder, but it's really like out of tune and whistly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
If any of you have heard any of those songs that someone plays on a recorder badly, then this is what everyone aboard the boat's going to get to listen to from here on out while she learns. um. Oh, my brain's having a lot of fun with that. All right, so what? I'm gonna share a video on our super private Discord
Should have
when
gotten
we
an
take a break.
operator because
But
I have a proc for that.
all right, so what we'll do, the shopping trip has concluded successfully. The other group has a plan as well. I need to get up and take a little bit of a break to refresh myself. So let's all have a break time, everyone, and when we come back, we'll see what happens. Maybe the group will get back together and take a trip down the lazy river here. So
We'll
go.
get the band back together.
Yeah, we'll get the band back together.